What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Today we are going to be reviewing Hexxx Demon Season, the brand new album, just dropped about a week and a half ago now, from Hexxx. Obviously, this is the debut album of him on Chapter 17, which, if you do not know, is Ouija Mac's label that is kind of a subsidiary of Psychopathic Records. Not really a subsidiary. I would say it's more of like just an affiliated record label. Like there's Hatchet Man on Ouija Mac's albums, but I don't think there's direct business ties. Like I don't think Psychopathic Records gets a percentage of the money from Chapter 17. I believe it's all just, when you think back to the Faygo Lovers interview with Violent J, and Violent J was saying how he wanted Twisted to just keep that Hatchet Man on their CDs so that everybody knew that there was still affiliation, they were still cool, it was all love. That was the goal he wanted with them, and that's what he's getting now through Ouija Mac and through Big Hoodoo. So to my knowledge, that is all Chapter 17 is. Chapter 17 is Ouija Mac's thing. So Hexxx dropped his debut album on Chapter 17, Demon Season. Now, I do not own this album physically. There's a good chance that I will buy it digitally to help support him, but this will be the first time, if I do that I buy an album digitally versus buying it physically, and my reasoning is probably going to be stale to a lot of you guys, but it is what it is, and I will explain myself, okay? So let's jump right into looking at the digital album here on Apple Music. Obviously, I have Apple Music. That's how I've been listening to it. And first off, let me say that I enjoyed this album. I did like this album. This is more up my alley than Ouija Mac is. And I did enjoy it. Right now, you guys know I've started fucking with Zool finally, a la Zooly Lou. I've been going crazy through their discography, collecting their albums, which is part of the other reason why I haven't committed to buying this one yet, because I'm not trying to go fucking bankrupt collecting CDs. That's not a goal of mine, but, I'm trying to support the artists that I can. And, my love for AXE has just fucking blown up. Zooligans have been waiting for that moment, so that's kind of where my attention has been. And they legitimately have been grabbing my attention. So this album has seen rotation through me kind of going head first obsessed with AXE. You know what I mean? So it did win me over in that fashion. Now, this is where I got to talk about why I will not buy the physical copy. You guys, if you have not watched my review for Dirtbag, if you have not watched my review for Fallen Angelic, the thing that I don't like is paying $20 for an album and getting it in a cardboard sleeve. Legit, that bothers me. If I'm paying that much money, I want it in a jewel case. Definitely. Most times I forgive the whole cardboard sleeve if it's like a $5 EP. Or, if it is simply an EP, I can kind of be more forgiving of that, because that to me is, you're trying to save on some costs. You know what I mean? So, but one of the other things of why I wouldn't buy this one physically is the amount of money for it and the number of tracks on this, right? So let's pull it up here. This is Hexx's website. Surprisingly, it's not on Ouija Mac Shop, but I guess, Ouija Mac Shop is Ouija Mac Shop. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't find a Chapter 17 website. I didn't also go in depth and look for a Chapter 17 website. But you head over here and you look at this right here, and I can tell by looking at this, and I've seen people post pictures of them getting their copy of the album. When you go over onto Ouija Mac's website and you look at his albums, you can see which ones are jewel cases and you can see which ones are cardboard sleeves. And looking at this, and looking at people receiving their copies, they are cardboard sleeves. And paying $20 and getting a cardboard sleeve case is just no bueno for me. I'm not doing it. Now, throw in the fact, $20 for this album, and it's only 10 tracks. This album legit costs more than the last Joker card, and the Joker card had 7 more tracks than this does. That, again, is a big fucking no to me. I'm considering buying it digital because it's only $12.90. And, I kind of look at it like a digital version of the album. Most of the time when you buy single songs, it's like 99 cents for a song. So 10 tracks, $10, maybe a little bit of taxing in there. Fine, that's fair. $12.90 is a fair price. $20 is not, especially the fact that it comes in a cardboard sleeve. If he charged $20 for his album and it came in a case with a book, I'd be like, it's a little steep for a 10-track album, but you know, you put some stuff into the packaging, that to me is justified. Like, you know, Tech Nine charges, after shipping, it's like $30 fucking for his albums. But he also packs those CDs very full. It's over an hour long, and there's almost always a book. Granted, there's not a whole lot to the book. It's, you know, your typical photo shoot type shit. But, you know, you're paying a price and you're getting a product that has it has something to it. And the cardboard sleeve is just a big fucking no for me. So I had to put that out there. I had to be honest. I'm sure people are going to be pissed off about that and talk shit about that, but that's legit my thought process with it. So sorry, but I'm not sorry. But let's talk about this album. I really enjoyed this album. Like I said, it is much more up my alley than listening to Ouija Mac stuff. This has more of like a hip hop feel, kind of like a gangster rap feeling. I've said in the past that I'm not a big fan of gangster rap, but I really enjoyed it. This album really fucking thumps. Big Time is dope. Ruthless is good. It to me is great. It's a great album, and I think people will disagree with me on this statement as well. But listening to Villains, Hexxx murdered that shit, and the way that Ouija Mac went in on that track, if Ouija Mac did more of that, I would probably fuck with a lot more Ouija Mac songs. And I know people were probably going to say, oh, he's got this song that's like that. He's got this song that's like that. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of that. But yeah, I like the way that Ouija Mac flowed on Villains. So standout tracks on here for me. You know, there's only 10 tracks. So I'm going to give you like my top 3 and pick my favorite out of that. I didn't even go over the track list. Hang on, man. We'll pump the brakes a little bit. Slap it into reverse. So we got to go over the tracks. Track number 1 is Intro. Track number 2 is Demon Season.
Freeway smashing. Come around your bitch, she gonna end up traffic. I'm living on this motherfucking earth with the curse. I'm moving on this work off the curb, you get served. You get hurt, then you riding in the
Big Time.
Switches in the low, and you know we staying high. Look, braided, faded out front with the realest. Roam around the underground surrounded by my killers. Big
Ruthless.
You ain't no shit, all you see is the green bean. Right before I let that foe rip my flow sick. Way before that COVID. But I noticed that you still on that house shit. Bitch, I've been the illest, so ride with my killer.
Cruise Night.
This is Junior from the Majestics, SFV chapter. Out here with the homie Big Hexxx. Ain't nobody fucking with the homeboy.
Another Homicide.
Talking to a bitch, say it when I let the hell in. Slug through the melon, by the tracks, body swelling. Try to tell your dumb ass to be fucking with the villains. I'ma roll through the dead zone with my bass.
Villains.
Yeah, that's all facts. You should give it up. Your shit all whack. Came from a wolf pack. Ain't looking for more. I'm a beast, fuck you gon' do. Killing on the block, get a text.
Pale Horse.
All on my grind like every day. They tryna stop mines in every way. Even let grow at a steady pace. And the fake showing their demon face. I be in the cut, sparking the blood, watching it burn when the world.
Blood Drip.
Put your mouth on the curb. Every shit is still alive. It never died. Hey, bitch, I bring that homicide. The LA Times told me OG flew the kite. Finna ride. Said you got the green.
And Cali Dreamin'.
Falling down the rabbit hole. But you already know. I'm just California dreaming. In a city full of demons.
So, like I said, it's only 10 tracks. My top 3 is... this is a little tougher. Another Homicide, dope. Pale Horse with Project Born is dope. And I'm going to say Demon Season, because that fucking song, it started the album off great. It fucking slapping. An album that has a good opener is important. And this track fucking did that. So, out of the 3, my favorite... Like I said, Demon Season. To me, that was dope. Like, he had my attention. I had like no desire. There was no moments of like, I'm not feeling this. And I'm notorious about not fucking paying attention to more underground artists. I admit that, and it's something I'm trying to correct, which is why I went and checked this out. And I know Hexxx has been around, and so Demon Season capturing my attention. I'm gonna put that as my favorite. So yeah, like I said, had to be completely honest about why I won't buy this album physically. I'm still deciding on doing the digital. I prefer to have physical copies. You know, I like to slap shit on a CD shelf and collect dust for years. And then, you know, when I'm dead and gone, my kids have to go through all that shit and have to get rid of it. So that's what I would prefer to do. But I might make the exception. This may be the first album that I choose to go the digital route just because it's cheaper. And $20 for 10 tracks to me is not justifiable, especially the fact that it comes in a cardboard sleeve. So if you guys have listened to Demon Season, tell me down below what your favorite tracks are. If you didn't care for the album, tell me why. And let's keep it all peaceful. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.